you guys are here supposedly because for some strange reason, some people like saving others or helping out. Yeah. Are you under something like that notion, or what are your what would have been your main reasons aside from great classmates for being here in Sir Jason's class?
Well, I want to use the techniques that I'm going to learn here to help people and to give some kind of direction na sa mga tao na parang dito pa sila.
Okay, to help people and to kind of give them direction. People who maybe don't know exactly where to go. Is that kind of fair? Would it be safe or fair to say that sometimes you're that person? Okay. Could you try that out as a premise? Okay. Do you have a problem in mind that you'd like to start to get resolved? Even if it doesn't have to fix itself right now. Like, I don't know, it could happen in your sleep or in your dreams, or when you wake up right before you change position. Your dreams tell you exactly what to do next. Or you might have some insight or another, and you might actually pay attention. Can you give me an example?
I want to be more proactive in what I plan to do. Because most of the time, my attention for high jump.
Okay, you'd like to be more active. So the implication is that you haven't been as active as you'd like. Is that fair to say? And that your attention tends to be hijacked, meaning that somehow, kind of maybe you allow the hijack to happen. Would that be fair to say? Okay. Is this a problem you created on your own?
Yeah. I did. Most of the time.
You did, didn't you? Is that starting to make sense now? Are you starting to have an idea of what you should be doing next?
It's a little bit simple, but I'm starting to pick some insights.
That's right. You are.
Like when I plan something to do, I just have to go down and do it. But sometimes my attention goes to somewhere that it's like, oh, this is a shiny thing, and I want to do this.
Okay. While you're there, seriously considering what your next moves will be when you finally go down into action, I'm going to speak to other parts of you and to the people around. Is that okay? Great. Did you catch the moment of trance? It was very clear on his face. Did you catch the moment? It was very early on. Did you catch it? His face lightened. He started to glow. Did you catch it? His face relaxed very profoundly. Okay. Kinesthetics slowed down. His breathing. And there were clear auditory cues. Okay. And he also told us exactly how he created his problems. In reverse, he showed us exactly the way out. By example, if you become as alert as we are to language, you'll notice that he said when he goes down, he gets things done. Meaning, part of it is, part of his problem scenario is that he goes out or gets detached. But he knows on several levels that once, that's right, that you go down and get things done, nothing can distract you.
Yep.
And you just have to
go down.
That's right. And now there's another ambiguity to that, because I'm starting to wonder how much deeper. That's right. Would you have to go down? That's right. To hear even more, and to feel, and to begin to truly know and understand and integrate the learnings you'll need for you to notice each time you find yourself going up instead of down, being distracted instead of being engaged. with your permission, we'd like to get some sign from your system that all of you, on all your levels, understand what you're supposed to do next. That's right.
I just have to go there and do it.
Did you see what you did?
Yeah.
Just a while ago, and you're doing it again. When your mind, your other mind, is speaking to you. There it is. You see it?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Good.
When I establish the plan, I just don't think too much and just go for it. Just finish it.
That's right. And you do know what you're supposed to do next. Don't you?
Just check the results. That's okay.
And allow yourself, on every level, to integrate these results. Every cell, every fiber, every atom, every space within and without, to integrate these results so that you move without needing to understand. You move automatically. You move with a deeper understanding of how to finally get things done. And when you finally truly understand this, you can slowly begin to come back up. But no sooner than you've fully integrated all these understandings at the deepest levels. And only when all of you is ready. And only when all of you understand this. And it might begin with a change in breath, gradually, slowly coming up through your body. Maybe stretching out your spine. Maybe pushing your head up. Maybe helping you come to understand that now you truly know. Are you back? Congrats. You know what to do next, right? Excellent. Thank you. Wow. Thanks. Guys.
By the way, who noticed your Milton models?
Yeah, what did you catch that I was doing? Because I paid attention to what Jason was talking about last time. What did you catch that I was doing? Yes?
Maraming parang binibigyan mo siya ng command na you know what to do. So parang instead of you suggesting kung ano yung gagawin niya, you're producing, yung parang ikaw na mismo pinamalabas mo sa kanya, alam niya na yung dapat niyang gawin. And parang lalong na-embed sa kanya.
Right. Okay. Now if you go back to your presuppositions,
Presuppositions.
One of the presuppositions is we have all the tools we need. My contention is it's presupposition. They are presuppositions for most everyone else, but the reason they worked for Milton Erickson and the gang is they were not presuppositions for Milton Erickson. They were facts. And when I come from that understanding that these are facts rather than presuppositions, I come from something else. Do you understand? So when he sits there, I don't see him as incomplete. I don't see him as incapable. I just understand that maybe he hasn't been speaking with or listening to his parts as he has now. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. You might have also caught a few things. Did anyone catch 4 layers of suggestions before we started, before he went into a trance?
I noticed some things, but
Yes.
I don't know whether they were 4 years.
Sure.
You picked up on the word down, which came from him.
Oh yeah.
And, you used
And can you
it.
see the juicy ambiguity
Yes,
of down?
and you used it. And then you used it.
Use what's there, right?
Yeah.
Also
you used
presupposition.
it by suggesting.
Mm-hmm.
You used it to get him into trance.
Mm-hmm.
And then you extended it by using the word deeper.
Right.
And you used a different tone of voice. And when you said deeper, that's actually when he put his head down. So it was the language and how you said it. Those were things that were evident to me.
Great. Did anybody, aside from the language and how I said it, did anybody pick up on the fact that when he was here, there was no one else in the room for me? And that I was exquisitely tracking all of his reactions and actions?
You're looking at his...
I was looking at everything.
Yes.
I was paying attention to everything. That's why I could use everything. So each movement, each action, each sensation, each micro, I can actually tell you the micromotor he does when he engages in action. And I can duplicate it and copy it. And across the room, I can duplicate it. I can cause a mirror neuron firing in him for him to engage action without telling him.
Yeah, I saw you mirroring his breathing patterns immediately.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And same, when you put, since I knew what he was doing and at the pace he was doing it, I could not only bring him down, but I could cause him to pop up. And if you do that properly, since our senses can pick up on a lot of things, you could do that from across the room. You'd be surprised. Are you getting it? Okay. Now, my invitation for you is when you find the video, because it doesn't seem like you actually were able to track when I was suggesting that he go into trance, and I said 4 things. Okay? And this is the whole point of conversational hypnosis. It's supposed to look not clowny, but utterly invisible. And it's supposed to be incredibly powerful, precisely because it's so under the radar. And what allows it to be possible is, again, a presupposition of sorts, but one I really carry out, which is I mean well. Does that kind of make sense? And that is what allows for most of these things to happen on their own. I'm just there to help. Does that make sense? Okay. I hope this has been educational and fun. This kind of shows you what's possible for you guys going forward, even as you integrate everything we've learned from, say, Sir Jason and the rest of the gang. Okay? And my invitation is check out, look for the video, and see the 4 suggestions which you didn't catch. Okay? And we'll see you again. God bless.
Yes.
All right.
Send the video.
Yeah, we'll post it.